Today we're diving into a question that's fascinated seekers, skeptics, and healers for centuries. What is past life regression? And why do so many people swear it changed their lives? Let's start with a question for you. Have you ever felt a pull toward a place or time you've never known? Or found yourself repeating the same patterns over and over, even when you can't quite explain why? Maybe you've struggled with a fear, an attraction, or a feeling so deep it seems to come from somewhere beyond this life. What if the answers you're searching for didn't start in this lifetime at all? What is past life? Regression. Past life regression is a guided process, often using gentle hypnosis, where you can access memories, scenes, or emotions that may belong to a life you've lived before. For some, it's a spiritual journey. For others, it's a way to make sense of persistent patterns that just won't budge. And for a few, it's simply a curiosity, a window into the imagination. But here's what's truly fascinating. When people access these memories, the details are often vivid. Sights, sounds, feelings, even the textures of clothing or the smell of the air. Sometimes these experiences are so specific, so emotionally charged, that clients leave the session feeling changed. I've worked with many people over the years, and the stories are never the same. Let me give you a couple of examples. One client came to me after struggling for years with chronic pain in her right shoulder. No amount of medical treatment seemed to help, and doctors couldn't find a clear cause. During her past life regression, she found herself as a young man in the midst of a battle. She described the chaos of the fight, the weight of the armor, and then a sharp pain as she was struck by an arrow in her right shoulder. The sensation was so real that she flinched during the session. When she returned to the present, she felt a sense of release, and over the weeks that followed, noticed her pain gradually lessening. For her, understanding the origin of the physical symptom brought a sense of peace and allowed her body to finally let go. Another client, a man who'd always felt a strange, gnawing fear of water, found himself suddenly reliving a past life as a sailor. He saw waves crashing, a shipwreck, and the feeling of cold water pulling him under. This experience was so vivid he could describe the color of the sky and the taste of salt in the air. After the session, his lifelong fear of swimming began to fade. He said it was like finally closing a chapter he didn't know was still open. And then there are people who feel a deep, inexplicable connection to a certain time or place. A woman who wept upon seeing a photo of ancient Greece, or a man who picked up a violin for the first time and played with surprising skill. Could these be echoes from other lives? So why do people seek past life regression? For some, it's about breaking free from repeated patterns, relationships that always end the same way, fears that don't make sense, or a sense of unfinished business that lingers just out of view. Others come looking for the root of a physical symptom, a phobia, or a behavior that feels out of step with their current story. Sometimes, it's simply about understanding that deep sense of knowing, a feeling that you've been here before, or that you're more than just the sum of this lifetime's experiences. Past life regression can offer new perspectives, emotional release, and sometimes even peace. People often describe feeling lighter, clearer, or more forgiving toward themselves and others. But not everyone is able to access a past life on the first try, or at all. This work requires openness, curiosity, and a willingness to let go of expectations. If you're skeptical or fearful, your mind might block the experience. And that's okay. Sometimes just setting the intention and being patient is all it takes. Are you ready to explore? So if you've ever wondered about the mysteries of your own soul, or you're simply curious about what your subconscious might reveal, I invite you to try past life regression for yourself. If you're interested, I've attached a link in the description below to a gentle, guided hypnosis meditation for past life regression. Please make sure you're in a calm, safe space, and only listen when you're in the right frame of mind. And remember, this is a journey, not a test. Whether you access a vivid past life or simply relax deeply, trust that your subconscious will guide you exactly where you need to go. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Have you ever had a dream, a fear, or a déjà vu that made you wonder about past lives? I'd love to hear your story. And if you try the meditation, let me know what comes up for you. Sometimes your story is exactly what someone else needs to hear. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and trust your inner wisdom.